So, what did we all have for news yesterday, guys? Yesterday, all new cards had been revealed, huh? Did you guys see the news? Let me actually go to Hearthstone. Yesterday, guys, the last 50 new cards from the expansion got revealed. We now know every card of the expansion. So what does that mean, guys? It's time to do a huge review, guys. I first want to take a little bit of a look over like the new cards that kind of have been revealed, and afterwards I want to give a good look as well on mainly the part of what decks I think can become like a very solid or very good. First, I think I want to take an how should we do it? Should I take a short look at these cards as well? Yeah, we can do that. We can do like kind of a big review stream. Sounds good idea. Hey Alta, thank you for subscribing. Greetings. Yeah, I think I want to do it like this, guys. So, 50 new cards almost, guys, have been revealed in the latest stream. And lots of cards, guys, that I really want to talk about with you. I think yesterday we kind of ended like here were the last cards. So, I think I kind of want to start with here, guys, because I got through here. So, this is like the card that we kind of should start with, maybe, for the review. There we go. Your face is blocking the way. Now it's fine, right? My face is smaller now. I made myself smaller. Looks good. Looks good. Shall we go over all of them, guys? I think we're gonna like, if we want to go over all of them, I think what I want to do is I want to go over all the cards and starting with the cards that we haven't revealed. And then do like just a little bit of like a class review maybe. The direction of classes. That's I think what I want to do. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be quite a long review, but I'm so excited for it, guys. I'm really excited. So I wanna do a big review today. So we're gonna go over all the cards, guys, that have been revealed since yesterday, and lots of cards to talk about, and lots of now a good direction, guys. Now we know what Rise of the Shadows kinda will be all about. So gonna be a good direction. To be honest, guys, I haven't seen all the cards. I was yesterday spending some time with my brother. And I catched up a little bit on new cards, but I'm very sure there are going to be cards that I haven't even seen yet. So it's going to be a little bit overwhelming here and there, man. Maybe sometimes I have to give a little thought around stuff, but we will see what we all gonna face. What I know is that I'm very excited. What I'm gonna do is every card, guys, that we are reviewing, I'm gonna like put a little star rating on it as well, a rating from 1 to 5 stars. I will try to make some bold predictions because I know you guys like that. So I will make some bold calls out of some calls, guys, that you might not expect, or I will make some bold calls. Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna be like oh, this is a 3-star, oh, this is a 3-star. No, we're gonna go for the high picks and the low picks. I will do that. So first card, Exotic Mount Seller, 7 mana, 5/8. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 3-cost beast. 7 mana 5/8 is not a bad stat line at all for a 7-drop. It is a little bit underpowered, maybe what you want for 7 mana, but it definitely has like potential here. The interesting part is it summons a random 3-cost beast. It's not like necessarily just stick to 3 mana. It's a 3-cost beast. Not completely sure on what that all means, but there are like most of the beasts are quite good stat lines. They are normally not very underwhelming stat lines, so in that way it's a good prediction. How much are we gonna see this play? I don't think we still see this card. I think for Arena it might be a more than fine card to play, and I will definitely give it a 2-star. I think for Constructed, a card like this is probably a 1-star. I don't see how we can ever make this card work. The nice thing is you can like high roll with Mukla and so on with this card, but I don't see what for kind of constructed deck you're gonna play this one. So for constructed wise, it's a 1-star. And next up is Barista Lynchian. 5 mana, 4/5. So kinda overpaying the card for 1 mana if we only look at the stat line. But let's read the battle cry. Add a copy of each of your other minions to your hand. Very interesting mechanic, as it adds a copy of each of your other Battlecry minions on the board. I suppose this is like copy each of the of your other battlecry minions that are on the board to your hand. That's how I read the card, at least. Very interesting card. Pretty strong mechanic in a way. A 5 mana 4/5 that is like, you overpay the card for 1 mana, but you can get like a lot of extra value towards your hand. So kind of comparable in a way of Zola, that is copying as well, but this one is like kind of faster. It copies, but it just does it faster. So very, very interesting that now that Zola rotated out, we get like a new kind of a Zola here, but I can even see that this card, like, it has maybe even some better use, because you play it and you add copies of them to your hand. The only limited part is it adds copy of your Battlecry minions, so all other minions that be a Battlecry, but hey, there are probably gonna be decks that may make that work. I will give it 4 stars, guys. I think this card is very good. I think we're definitely gonna see it play. Shudderwalk is, of course, first thing that really comes in mind, but definitely a very, very strong card. Is it 4 out of 5? Yes, rating is 4 out of 5. Not 4 out of 1 or 1 out of 100. And next up, the Boom Reaver. 10 mana, 7/9, Battlecry, summon a copy of a minion in your deck. Give it Rush. I like that this card has Battlecry. If this card will have like not Battlecry, but let's say Death Rattle or like something else that is super slow, it's gonna be so hard to make this card work. But 10 mana, 7/9, Battlecry, summon a copy of a minion in your deck. If you, let's say, copy a 7/7, just to get like a pretty good stat line out, you have a 10 mana 7/9 turn 10 with a 7/7 rush. What you play that? It's kind of like a big warrior card in some way. Think it's kind of hard to pull off. I like the art. It's a mech as well for like if it would matter a little bit. 10 mana 7/9, kind of stat line of 7 mana, let's say. Don't think it's a card that you will like see much in like general, but it's definitely a card that is going to impact other cards that are combined with like Dr. Boom Hero Power and with like Omega Assembly and so on. In that way it can be a very powerful card, so we'll give it like 2 stars. I don't think it's a card that people are really going to play in their decks. I think it's very hard. It will work in like a Big Warrior, but it's not like gonna put like Big Warrior on another tier level. So I think that the card is kind of struggling. It also sometimes just sucks when you don't have good minions in your deck anymore, or you don't know what you're exactly gonna summon. So might see some play, but it needs a little job to be done to make it viable. Next up, Conjurer's Calling, the mage spell of the set. 3 mana, twin spell as well. Destroy a minion, summon 2 minions of the same cost to replace it. When I first saw this card, I was like, that sounds like not the greatest removal. But then I was thinking, you can also use this spell on your own minions. You can use the Conjurer's Calling on one of your own minions. After trading, you destroy it and you summon 2 copies of it. It is also a summon mechanic, what means it works even better with Khadgar, what is the new mage legendary card. What makes you, instead of like summon 2, summon 4 of the same cost to replace it. So there is like actually a lot of potential with this card. I actually think this card is very good. And you should compare this card a little bit towards like a cube, where you destroy something but you get the copies directly. Of course the copies are going to be a little bit weaker because it's summon of the same cost. So that like definitely influences it. But the potential that you also there then have in Mage with like Khadgar, I think makes the card very strong. And I will make you a bold move, guys. I will rate this spell 5 stars. I think this card can be very good. It's also a twin spell. I like this card a lot. I like this card. This card is good. This card is good. Destroy a minion is already... Like, the thing is, you don't want to destroy your opponent's minion with this, guys, because you summon 2 minions of the same cost. Sure, there will be spots where that is fine. Let's say on, like, an insanely big hyena. But the way that it works on your own minions, guys, is what makes this card really strong. Next up, Poison Vendor. What is Twin Spell, Thijs? Twin Spell means that you can play the spell twice. So after you play it for the first time, a copy of the card gets in your hand. It basically means you have the card twice. Instead of Echo, you don't have to play it that turn. You can also play it later in the game. So that's like, it's very comparable to Echo, but then just staying in your hand. And you can use it twice. Potion Vendor. 1 mana, 1/1. Restore 2 health to all friendly charges. Very interesting card. It's like, kind of like the... Very, like for 1 mana, get like healing 2 to everything is quite strong. So if I'm correct, Happy Ghoul rotates out. What I think I'm very happy with when I see this card, because if you have these turn 1 play with Happy Ghouls, that's pretty like busted. Restore 2 health to all friendly charges. There must be good use with this card, guys. Like, it's so strong to have this effect for 1 mana. It's kind of like, it definitely is like it's definitely like a better voodoo doll. We can't even like discuss that. You like, it's 1 attack weaker, but like restore 2 like to all. Like, I'm pretty sure, guys, that there will at some point be using this. You can also think about, like, let's say Heal Druid and kind of that stuff, but I don't know if that will really cut it down. But I definitely think there might be use. This card is definitely good. The way we're gonna use it, guys, I don't know. But it's like 1 mana card, so whenever there is like a more combo or you wanna like get cheap stuff, this is the card to run. So I'm not sure how we're gonna exactly see this card yet, but I will give it 4 stars. This card is gonna be like... It has so much potential, this card. I kind of feel I can compare it with Stone Tusk War, but it's also like 1 mana doing like a very strong thing for 1 mana with so many uses. Like, you can compare it to Fungal and Enchanter, but I feel this card is just so much better because you kind of play the Fungal also for its effect. If it's gonna be that like heals are gonna be a little weak, I'm not sure, but I think this card will have, like, maybe not this expansion yet, but there will be quite some use with this card later on. It's much better than the 3 mana one. So much more flexible in other decks. Like, maybe there's like a priest that wants to play Light Warden and you play this card and it's kind of like a miracle card. Or maybe there are some other ways that it can like work well. Next up, Dalaran Liberian. 2 mana, 2/3, Battle Cry, silence adjacent minions. So what I haven't gone through yet, guys, is that there will be Silence Priest. What will be a kind of a thing, there will be a few cards that might lean more towards like a Silence Priest deck, where you want to silence your own minions. 2 mana, 2/3. Good card. I mean, it's a 2 mana, 2/3. And that way it's already having like quite basic good stat line. I think it will definitely in like Silence Priest see some play. I will rate it like 2 stars, 3 stars, hard to say. It's just like a Silence Priest card. You don't want to silence your own minions, guys, in any other deck, so you really got to build your deck around this. And then I guess it's like an okay, so I will give it 2 stars. Arcane Watcher, 3 mana, 5/6, can't attack unless you have spell damage. Or unless you silence this card and it's a 3 mana, 5/6. This card, of course, has like a bit more like potential, in my opinion, because it's like such a strong stat line. Not sure if there will be any like really spell damage based deck, but a 3 mana 5/6, being able to get silence, like it's a very strong stat line for 3 mana. It's like 5 drop worth of stat line. It's like it's 2 more mana, but I think this card is worth almost. So if you are able to silence this card for a cheap way, it's definitely a very strong card. I will rate this one 4 stars. I think this card has like a lot of potential. Of course, you gotta silence it, kind of. And then it has that potential. It's not gonna like, you're not gonna play this in your normal deck. But that's the way you wanna do it. You wanna play this card and you wanna like silence it. You wanna get that Purify going. The good old Silence Priest. Henge Clan Shade Girl. 4 mana, 4/7. They'd rather restore 4 health to your enemy or to the enemy hero. So not a very strong stat line card for Priest. This one doesn't necessarily have to get silenced. It has the Zombie Chow effect of that you restore 5 health to your enemy hero. But Priest doesn't really like wanna like Priest doesn't really like care about that much that you heal your opponent. You play more for board and control. So the stat line on this card is very good for 4 mana. Give it Taunt makes it very good as well. But also just in general, like if you coin this out at turn 3, guys, this card is powerful, man. This card is good. This card is very strong. The more I think about it, guys, it's like a Twilight Drake. It's a Twilight Drake for Priest that you can play in decks that are like not necessarily holding too many cards. You can coin it out at 3 and it's a 4/7. Like, Priest doesn't really care that you heal 5 to the enemy hero. I think this is a 5-star. I'm gonna rate it 5 stars. I think this card is very good. 5 stars. Very good card for Priest. Think you're gonna play it in almost every Priest deck, actually. I told you guys I'm gonna make bold predictions. I'm not a guy that just rates every card 3 stars. No. I'm the guy that says 1 star. 5-star. I ain't scared that people make YouTube videos of this and that they're gonna be saying afterwards, ha ha ha, Thijs, what did you make for read? Because first, I am very correct on my reads. I am a smart person. So, there you go. No, this card is very good. Next up, Cultivating Impalator. 5 mana 2/6. Town, Death Rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. This Death Rattle of destroying an enemy random minion. 5 mana 2/6 taunt. Priest is getting some pretty juicy cards, guys. I'm not sure if I like this card too much, but destroy a random enemy minion. It's kind of like the Obsidian effect there on a 5 mana card. This card is hard to rate. It's a more miracle card. This card is super hard to rate, guys. But it definitely has like potential, I think. Destroy a random enemy minion if silence is not too much in the meta. But also 5 mana 2/6 taunt, like it's not too bad. Compared to Sylvanas in a way, not really. Kinda a little bit, but it has taunt, what makes it like pretty strong as well. I will rate it 3 stars. I don't think I can go higher than 3 on this one.